Guys, who did this? Who who did this? Arsenal are about to three-peat second place, and it's absolutely insane. I didn't even see a team that was trying to win the game yesterday. Arsenal, you know you're chasing Liverpool, and now they sit 15 points behind. But they were not trying to win the game. There was no passion, there was no aggression, there was barely anyone who got a card in that game. United, we know they have nothing to play for. But Arsenal, if Arteta kept saying over my dead body that the title race is not over and he's not conceding, then go out there and try to win the game. The worst thing is you had Declan Rice trying to shush Man United fans who are in 14th place after getting an equalizer. Just get the ball. Just get the ball. Get the ball from the net and take it to the center, play again and try to score a winner, just like Liverpool did when they were trailing to Southampton and Nunes scored. He didn't sit around trying to go at the fans who've been booing him. He scored, got a little off his chest, and then went back to the center line because he knows the aim is to win every game. And with this sort of mentality, you will definitely end up giving Liverpool a guard of honor. So, just by the way, Liverpool needs 6 more wins. And in those games, they have teams like Everton, Tottenham at home, West Ham at home, Fulham away, so it looks really, really, really attainable. Leicester away, I think, as well is in there. It looks really attainable that by the time they play Arsenal at Anfield, Liverpool could be getting a guard of honor. And that's if Liverpool need to win. That's assuming Arsenal win all their next 6 games. And that's not likely with how Arsenal are playing right now. It's crazy how Arsenal scored 7 and they were celebrating scoring 7 during the week against PSV in the Champions League with no striker. Yes, that's great. But that is the type of situations or performances that can mask the underlying issues. Why? Because Arsenal aren't great in attack, and when you needed a goal, you struggled to get one against Manchester United, which is probably one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So again, the actual problem is needing a striker. And I felt so sad for Raheem Sterling, simply because they kept showing him on the TV and he's not getting even put on to try and get a goal for United. They rather have a CDM at top in Moreno. That's so terrible. I mean, we talk about mentality time and time again, and this is the type of mentality that they had when they drew against City for 2 seasons in a row at the Etihad. Not trying to beat City, just get a draw, thinking it would eventually be enough come the end of the season, and this time it won't be. So yeah, for me, I just saw a team that did not do enough to try and win the game. It almost felt like they have a dying belief at the players that they are going to catch Liverpool. And for me, just do your job. Just do your job, put pressure on. It might be over, but at least make it close, because right now it's definitely not close. From Man United said, like I say, they have nothing to play for but self-pride. And let's be honest, that wasn't too much of a bad performance. In terms of tactics, Ruben Amorim, when he plays against a big team, he tries to go for these type of performances. Tends to go for these type of performances. Defensively solid first, and then try get something in the second half. That's how he played at City. He won 2-1 late on with the Ahmad, penalty that he got, and also the winner that he scored. He played like this with Liverpool with that Ahmad late equalizer in the 81st minute, and also he played like this at the Emirates against Arsenal, but Arsenal undone him with 2 set piece goals, with 2 corner kick goals. So you could say that this type of performances for Man United against the big teams have in a way worked slightly for Amorim, and he got a result against second place Arsenal. That is not too bad in my opinion, thinking that David Raya basically saved Arsenal at the end of the day. He went from 0 to hero, because where he was positioned for the free kick for Bruno's first goal, I just thought that was really odd. And I also thought it was really odd that Sky Sports measured the distance from the ball to the wall, right? And we saw it was something like 11.2 yards. Normally a free kick is 10 yards. So definitely Arsenal were made to at least take a step further back than they should have. Maybe did that give Bruno a slight advantage? For sure, of course. But I mean, I don't know. I think I think we should be more worried about Raya's poor positioning, because it's not like the ball flew into the top corner. It wasn't literally, high and at the V of the goalpost. So I thought maybe Raya could have done better, and let's, rather put the blame on that. Rasmus Højlund for Manchester United, I don't know, it's not enough. Roses are red, violets are blue. Even Edison has more goal contributions than you. Violets are blue, roses are red. What the hell am I saying? Roses are red, violets are blue. even Edison has more goal contributions than you. He just has to sort his feet out. A striker sorts their feet out. They are quicker on the ball. And he took 10 seconds trying to get a shot away. And Declan Rice had a fantastic last man challenge. Let's be honest, Rice had a good game. Yes, we know he shushed the crowd, but he had a really fabulous game. Great goal and a great tackle. And he was everywhere on the pitch. Arsenal dominated the ball. Rice was really good. However, I just thought, Man United are still very, very poor. But they get a result. I think the draw is not too bad for them. The only stat that I saw that's shocking is that Man United have not won back-to-back games this Premier League season. This whole Premier League season, we've played 28 games and there are 10 games to go. And we know Amrin has vowed to not cut his hair until United win 5 games in a row. He's not cutting his hair. He's not cutting his hair because that's not happening. But yeah, I think almost a decent game for Man United to try win it at the end. I think they were very poor in the first half and then lucky to get a goal just before halftime. I think Bruno's free kick was outstanding. But let's be honest, United were nowhere in that first half. Nowhere to be seen. Arsenal should have done better, but they didn't really penetrate Manchester United like they should have and create clear-cut chances and make Onana work. So at the end of the day, if anything, maybe Manchester United even deserved the win. The heroics of Raya at the end to save it, absolutely amazing. I think the save that he made against Mazraoui, who was fantastic, by the way, coming off Ramadan, and it looked like he even gained even more energy once he was allowed his break to cut his fasting. So Mazraoui was absolutely brilliant at right back. But the save from David Raya from Mazraoui, that was a goal with his foot, and he even did one better where he had a great double save, a shot from Bruno, and then he stood up immediately to try stop the ball from going into the back of the net because it had a curl on it, right? So it was still going in the net, and that was absolutely brilliant goalkeeping. So yeah, with that being said, on the balance of play, maybe a fair result for both teams. If anything, probably Manchester United deserve the win. So yeah, Arsenal sit 15 points behind Liverpool, and it looks like the title race is all but done, right? And we know that at least Arsenal have some sort of game in hand, but with Arsenal, the game in hand is basically Jaime Lannister's hand in Game of Thrones. So yeah, speaking of teams in the top 4 race, because it seems like that's where Arsenal are rather than being in a title race. They're more likely in a top 4 race. Forrest beat City 1-0. Edison poor keeping in the near post, but very good defending from Forrest. They've been amazing defensively all season, and they clear City and Chelsea in third, and they literally have a grip on it. It would be so sad for Forest to crumble now and not make the top 4, because we've seen in the past Premier League season, Newcastle finished in the top 4, then Aston Villa finished in the top 4, and now it looks like it's Forest. So the mid-table teams in the Premier League, historically, they look like they are improving and they're challenging the teams at the top, or I think it's also because the teams at the top are slowly dropping in quality. We know Liverpool dropped in quality this season. Newcastle made top 4. We know Chelsea, Man United, they dropped in quality the season before as well, right? So yeah, so I don't know what you think, but I do think that the Premier League sides, especially the ones from number 3 to like number 9, they're actually not too far apart. So it is interesting, the battle for European places this season. Chelsea also got back-to-back wins. I mean, they beat bottom of the table Southampton and Leicester now 1-0. But the only interesting thing in those games is that Chelsea beat Southampton 4, and Cole Palmer can't even register a goal contribution. It's been 16 games apparently since Cole Palmer scored. That is absolutely shocking. But when it rains, it pours. When things aren't going for you, they aren't going for you. He missed the penalty against Leicester, and it looked like maybe he might end his drought. But I mean, it happens. You just need to let players play through the spell. It happens to all attackers. I mean, when he was pulling rabbits out of the hat, everything was falling for him. Deflections, goal, penalties, he was free kicks. It was just everything he was trying was just working out. Everything he touches turned to goal. But now, that's not happening. And I just think that, just at least as long as Chelsea keep winning games, they need to know that they can't always rely on Cole Palmer, just like Liverpool with Salah. If you look at what happened during the week at PSG, Salah had a bad game, but Liverpool still won the game, and that's very important for a team to have, where they can rely on multiple people when their star players aren't performing. So for now, Chelsea lead Man City in 4th, and they need to keep it going, because I do think the battle for fourth is going to be interesting. We obviously know that with the Champions League's new format, the Premier League might get 5 places, so even 5th place might eventually be enough, but you're hoping for teams like Aston Villa, Liverpool, and even Arsenal to go a little bit further in the Champions League. And right now, all is going so well. We know City got eliminated by Real Madrid, but at least the Premier League still has 3 teams in it. Yeah, with that being said, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Miguel, one more. I have to ask you about the title race, because it's 15 points now. Is it too much? Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Who will be there? Do you care though? Who will be there?